Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy and well. I've got a couple of guests with me this afternoon. I keep saying this evening, don't I? I've got a couple of guys. First off, Claude, how you doing, mate?
All right, Daniel. Hope you're well, mate. I enjoyed that last night. I'm sure we could have another good laugh today. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. It was a good laugh. Diesel, how are you, mate?
Yeah, all good, thanks, Dan. Thanks for having us on, mate. Much appreciated. Had a right good laugh last night, and let's hope we can repeat it today, because I'm in the mood.
Yeah. Definitely. And Terry, how about you, mate? How are you? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you, Daniel, and thanks for having me on, mate, and asking me to come on your channel. It's a great channel. Everyone, hit the like button, share button, and subscribe to Daniel. The only unfortunate thing for me is that I was watching the show last night and I was in tears, and I'm actually sitting in Glenn's seat. So don't think I'm going to be Glenn and be swearing and everything, because that's not me.
Yeah. So the first thing I want to ask you guys is, how are you guys feeling about this lockdown? We've been in. Listen, we're well into it now. We're I think 4 or 5 weeks into it now, maybe a bit longer.
4 weeks.
How are you guys feeling about it? Are you guys getting bored yet? Claude, let's start with you.
Well, it's a struggle. I mean, luckily, we have a good relationship with the boys, and we have a good time on the internet. We chat all day, or most of the day, don't we, lads?
Yeah.
So it passes the time away. Yeah, I do miss the football. I do miss it big time. But the most important thing is that everyone gets through this, and we all nice and healthy from when the football does come back. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's a struggle, but we get through it.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, yeah, definitely. And Diesel, how about you? How are you finding it?
Yeah, listen, I've got to be careful what I say, because people at work might be watching this, right? But I'm not going to lie, I'm loving it. No, you know what it is. You know what it is for me. It's the only. I miss a couple of things. I miss a routine. I miss the like waking up early in the morning. Just that process of getting dressed, having a purpose of getting dressed and leaving the house and going out to work. I miss all of that. I miss the gym. But the positives of it, as you guys know, I'm a massive TV junkie, right? So I'm just literally I'm watching TV. I'm catching up on things that I've not had a chance to. I'm watching new things on Netflix. I've signed up to Amazon Prime. I'm watching a lot of stuff on that. I'm playing PS4. To me, Dan, life is good, mate. I'm not going to lie. It's all right. It's all right.
And how about you, Terry? How are you finding it? How are you?
For me, Daniel, I'm still working, so it's no really sort of change for me. I'm still working overnight. So I still have to go out and work in Sunday to Thursday nights. So the lockdown for me has not really been a lockdown, as I'm working in that. The missus and the kids, they're all not working because of the jobs they've got. So, but we're fortunate enough to have a garden, so we can get out there when the sun's out and just stretch our legs a bit in the garden and just walk about, have a little walk with the dogs and that. I just feel sorry for people like Claude, who's living in a room basically and can't go out into a garden and things like that. So it's them sort of people that I feel sorry for, mate.
Yeah, listen, it's mad. The lockdown is
coffee, by the way, coffee, not wine. Yeah.
You tried to disguise it, Claude.
What's it? Yeah. Starting earlier, you Claude, on the wine.
No, it's coffee, mate. Coffee.
But yeah, it's mad, the lockdown. It really is. It's amazing how a couple of months ago we were going about our business as normal, and today we're just, everything's in complete shutdown. And listen, I'm thankful that I have a guide dog that I can get out and walk. I can get out and do do my one hour of exercise a day. I tell you what, it's like being in prison, isn't it? And being let out in the exercise yard for an hour. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so guys, I want to Terry, I want to come to you first on this question. What do you think about Ozil not taking a pay cut? How do you feel about that, if it's true? You know,
for me, I mean, a lot of people are gonna, go right into one because he should be taking a pay cut and things like that. But if you look on the other side of the argument, the amount of charity work that this bloke does, besides his wages, I mean, his wedding when he got married, all his gifts. I think he donated 1,000 for 1,000 people, 1,000 kids to have treatment in hospitals instead of getting wedding gifts and all things like that. Him and his wife wanted people to pay for 1,000 privileged kids to go and have operations and things like that. He does a lot of other charity works. I mean, if you look at it, 12.5%. If they take that out of his wages, that could be 12.5% that he's paying out on charities anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of work that he does. I mean, personally, I think if the whole team have taken a pay cut, he should take a pay cut as well. But that charitable work doesn't go unnoticed. Diesel, I can tell you're itching to get in there. What about you, mate?
Yeah, do you know what? As this is the one thing that me and Terry disagree on, right?
There's only one thing, Diesel.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's only one thing, mate. Everything else, we're pretty much there. Yeah, listen, the charity work, I don't want to sound horrible when I say this, but I do always think when these footballers do charity work, I always do think there is a hidden agenda behind it. And I think a lot of it for me is PR. Something about there's something to do with if they do charity work, isn't there tax freeze, or there's something to do with money, something like that. But to be honest, Daniel, in my opinion, whatever he's done in the past, whatever charity work he's done, that's irrelevant, right? We're in a pandemic, and he's being asked, right, to take a 12.5%, not 50%, 12.5% pay cut on 350 grand, right, for the good of the club, right? That's what he's being asked to do.
Sorry,
right?
you add Claude back into the channel, Daniel. Sorry,
mate. Yeah. Has he gone out? Give me one second.
Frozen. Sorry, Diesel.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, and I'll keep chatting, Diesel, and I'll.
I'll just, 12.5% of 350 grand is minor. He won't even miss it, and the fact that he's refusing to do it when he is our biggest paid player, he's on the most money, and he's being asked to take 12.5%, which, let's be honest, is nothing, to him. He could take a 50% pay cut and still live life comfortably. This guy is a multi-millionaire, right? Bear in mind, it's not just his salary. He gets bonuses, he gets sponsorship, gets, all the things that we don't see. This guy is a multi-millionaire. And the fact he's saying no to 12.5%, for me, it confirms what I've always said. I can't stand the bloke. He's fleeced us for years. And as soon as he leaves, mate, then do you know what? We can start to become a proper football club again. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I sort of agree with you, Diesel. I mean, for all the charity work that he does, the whole team are doing it. Giving up 12% of their wages. And for me, we are in a pandemic. This is unheard of. Listen, if you'd have asked any one of us last year, next year you're going to be in a pandemic and the whole country in lockdown, we would have just laughed, wouldn't we? None of us expected this. Claude, how about you? Where do you stand on this situation with Ozil?
I'll tell you what, I've got a really bad connection here. You keep all cutting out, and I don't know what's going on here. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Yes. Yeah. We can hear you loud and clear, Claude.
You're all cutting out every time you're talking. You're all cutting out, so I could hardly hear what you're saying. I don't know what's going on with my connection here, but What was the question again? Sorry, what's the question again? Because I could hardly hear what you're saying.
Yeah, no worries, mate. So the question was, what do you think about Ozil and refusing to take a pay cut?
Well, we talked about this last night, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I think what he really means. I think what they should be doing is. And I had a chat with Kevin Campbell about this, and what he says of players, they won't do it automatically. They'll rather have a deferred payment scheme where the money gets deferred, and then they get paid when everything is back to normal again. So maybe he's thinking along that lines that we should do it that way. I don't know, but as someone said, that he does a lot of work for charity, so it's very unlike him to be not wanting to give up any money, because he does give a lot of money to charity as well. So that is that's a good thing as well. I don't know. I mean, it could be harsh on him. I don't know. We don't really know the full story. There's not just him, actually. There's about 2 or 3 of them, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But he seems to get in front of it, doesn't he? I mean,
yeah. Who are the other players? Who are the other players? I've not seen any reports of the other players.
We don't know, do we?
It could be one of the players that's on a low wage. So if you're on a really low wage, low wage, not compared to us, it's not really low. But if you're really on one of the lowest on the lowest scale of the club, then I think that maybe one of them have said, no, I can't be doing it, because they can't. I don't know. That's the way they are. It's like us. We'd find it hard to take away. Eh?
But then, guys, if all the directors, right, and the executives have taken a 30% pay cut, right? Why is Ozil getting? You know what I mean? Like, why is he getting protected? You know, if they're doing it and Ozil's on more than them, right? They're taking 30. This man can't take 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? Come on.
I understand.
Any other player, we'd be against him right next. It's Ozil. We just let him go.
I sort of agree. I sort of agree with Diesel here.
Yeah,
I think
right. Come on, then.
Do you know that? Do you know what? For me, Ozil's held this club to ransom for far too long. You know, with other situations, and I just think, listen, if the whole team are doing it, and if even the hierarchy are doing it, I don't see why he should get special treatment. Yeah, that's just the way I look at it. But
the way I see it, Daniel, is that if this is true, then I do think he's wrong for not taking a pay cut. Because if every other player is doing it, then you should be a team and a team player. So then he should be doing it as well. So I do get that. But for me, I think there's bigger people out there that need looking at. Like at the beginning, Liverpool and Tottenham, that was going to put their whole not playing staff on furlough. And how much money do they make every year, these clubs? Why are our season tickets so high? Because they make millions. Why are these clubs getting away with it? Why would the government let these clubs get away with it when they make millions of pounds out of the public every year?
Yeah. Well, we could. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people that can. A lot of high people with high money can take a cut. Can take a big cut. The owner could take a big chunk as well. Wouldn't hurt him to lose a couple of million quid, would it? I mean, to be honest with you, would it? I mean, when you've got 4 billion, or what is it, 5 or 6 billion in your. But then again, I think this money is all on paper, isn't it? It's not real money, really, is it? I mean, I don't know. Fuck it, I don't know. I think everyone has got the right to do as they feel. I mean, that's their right. I mean, we can't complain. I mean, at the end of the day, it's their money. They've worked for that money, so that's how they decide to do what they decide to do with it. As you look, Ozil. What Ozil is probably saying, look, he's given money to charity, so it's not as if he's tight with his money, is it? I mean, he's given a lot of money to charity, so it's not as if I think he's thinking, well, hold on a minute. maybe this owner should put a bit more money out. Why should we the players all do it? Why? Maybe the owner should be putting more money and all. I don't know. We'll see.
See the report that I read said that he was waiting to see what state the club was in. Well, surely him not taking a pay cut is going to put the club in a worse state than, if he was to contribute by taking a pay cut as well. I mean, for me, it just sounded like a cop out. Like, listen, I know there's a couple of players alongside him that are refusing to do that. But for me, Ozil is the highest paid earner at the club, out of everybody on the pitch, and he's obviously got that contract for a reason. So therefore, he should be leading by example. He should be going, do you know what? I'm gonna give I'm gonna lead the club through this difficult time, and I'm gonna take a pay cut.
Let's not forget, this is all. Sorry, Daniel. Go on. Sorry.
Sorry, Claude. Sorry, Claude. What were you saying, Claude? What were you saying? Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt, because there's a lot of interference on here, and I don't know when you're stopping or start. No one. It's all speculation as well. I mean, this is all speculation by the press as well. We don't know the full truth behind this, really. It's not come out. The club have not come out and said, "Oh, Mesut Ozil is the one," have they? The club have not made that statement, have they?
No,
this is all speculation.
But his agent has come out, isn't he? His agent's come out and basically said, "I've told all my clients, Mesut Ozil being his top client, I've told all my clients to not."
That's why I expected it.
So you've got to put smoke without fire, Claude. You've got to put two and two together. And when we see these players kissing the badge, and then they're saying no to 12.5%, Claude, that's not a lot. On 350 grand, it's not a lot.
Now, what I'm trying to say, that because his agent has told his clients, that doesn't mean that Ozil has decided that, is it? Then maybe people are jumping to the conclusion because the agent has told his clients not to pay, but it doesn't mean he doesn't want to pay, does it? The agent could say anything they want. I've heard agents say things on players' behalf, and then the players get really angry, and the next minute they're sacked. So you've got to be very careful what we're saying here. We don't know officially until we hear it officially from the club that he's one of the players. I think it's a bit too early to. I think it's very easy, and I think what we do, we jump on the highest paid player and say, "Oh, he's the one that's causing all the problems." Yeah, and because he's earning a lot more than anyone else, and that's where it all gets mixed up. We mustn't mix our feelings towards how he's performing as a player and what he's doing off the pitch. We mustn't mix our feelings. What we feel what he's doing on the pitch and what he's doing off the pitch.
See, right? You say that, right? See, my argument to that, right, is you say about not mixing the feelings. I do mix the feelings, because when these players come out and say, "I love this club, I love Arsenal, I love the fans, I love them," I'm saying, they kiss the badge, right? They're doing the same things Tony Adams, Rocastle, and all, and the Wrighty and all Kevin Campbell, all those players used to do. The difference is, Claude, when they done that years ago, they meant it. These players today kissing the badge, right?
They don't mean it.
Coming in openly saying, "I love the club," no, you don't. And now it's things like this which prove it, because now the club needs you, right? You get paid whether you're injured, whether you play, whether you don't play, right? Yeah, all right. Thanks to Arsene Wenger, right, to his detriment, these average players, right, have made a career out of Arsenal, getting, extended contracts when they shouldn't have, right, on really good money, right? The club has looked after these players. Now, when the club needs them, when it works the other way, it needs to be a two-way street, the players go hiding. Why is that? If you love the club, I said to you yesterday, Claude, that was Tony Adams and Rocastle, right? Within minutes, they would have done whatever it took to help the club, right? Proper players, yeah?
Right.
These players of today can't even reach their boots, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just...
Can I just interrupt you a bit? Someone in the chat has really been nasty.
Yeah, Michael.
We haven't got the facility at the moment to get into Daniel's thing to cut this off, because I don't know. As soon as I get into that, you will not be coming on this channel again. If you think you can come on here and pester women on this channel, You're out. You're not. You won't be coming on this channel, and you're definitely. I've got your name. You won't be coming on my channel either. So either you apologise now, and we might forget it. But I don't want to hear this shit anymore. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
right.
Guys, keep it clean in the chat as well, guys. Terry and Diesel and that. Keep an eye on the chat for me and see if there's any questions.
I'm not having young ladies being harassed like this at all. I'm not having. All right, let's go. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No. Well said, Claude. Listen, I agree. I said from day one that there's going to be no appeals process on this channel. You know,
he's probably about 2 years old, the geezer. Just go back to your bed.
But it doesn't matter how old he is. He shouldn't be putting messages like this and keeps putting. I think he was on the other day doing it.
Until we can moderate and block him, everyone block him personally and individually. That way, no one can see him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've just done that, so everyone do it.
I didn't see your message, Leah. I don't know what message you're talking about, but I didn't see no message. Sorry.
Sorry,
Daniel.
So, in regards to this Ozil situation, see, I think that footballers are considered role models, and in times like this is where you want your role models to step forward. You know, there's kids out there that idolize Ozil. Listen, we know that there's kids out there that hang on Ozil's every word, hang on his every performance, and I just don't think it's a good look for football, or a good look for Arsenal, or a good look for our highest paid earner to be refusing to take a pay cut when it's not just footballers that are taking pay cuts, it's everybody around the country in every sector of employment. And that's why I feel a little bit what's the word? A little bit cheated by Ozil that he's come out and he's done this. And let's not forget, no other players are coming out refusing to take pay cuts. No other players from any other clubs have been refusing to take pay cuts.
The only thing with that, Daniel, is that obviously it's been reported that 2 or 3 others have not done the pay cut either. So why hasn't their names been reported either? Why is it just Ozil's name?
Because he's the highest. It's wrong, but
because he's the highest earner. Yeah, because he's the highest. I'd imagine that the other players are probably on about 20 grand a week or something, or 30 grand a week. Yeah, but because Ozil's the highest paid player.
Let's be honest, though. Even if we knew who the other 2 were, it wouldn't just be Ozil who's getting it quoted on this stream. It'd be those 2 as well. I don't care.
I agree. They're obviously getting more money than us. So I agree. I agree.
Yeah. There's a great question there, Daniel, from the Gunner. That'd be interesting. Yeah. There's a couple of people that don't like Ozil and a couple that don't mind him. So the Gunner said, "Would you sell Ozil to Spurs?"
Absolutely. In a heartbeat, I would sell him. I would sell him for the simple fact being that it gets him off the books. I don't think we can be picky now. I would if I had a car and I could see, I would drive him to Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? And leave him there.
I'd pay Spurs to take him.
Yeah, Diesel. What about you? Do you reckon? Would you sell him to Tottenham?
Mate, I'd pay Spurs. I would pay him. I would say, look, if you take him, I will pay you, and I will pay you well, right? Yeah, cool. Listen, it's not just my dislike of him. It's his salary hurts his club, right? Yeah. So the way I look at it, fans can't moan too much about the lack of spend at this club, but yet, shout out this player's name and rave about Ozil. Ozil's salary alone, right? No, it's not so much Ozil's fault. He was offered that. He's taken it. Who wouldn't, right? But the fact of the matter is that salary is a massive dent in our finances, and until we get that removed, and also don't get me wrong, right? Look at the Aubameyang thing now, right? As soon as you have a player on that amount of money, and bear in mind, if Ozil's performing right on the pitch, no one's going to talk about his salary, lads. Let's be honest. No one's going. If that was Kevin De Bruyne, pay him whatever. We don't care about his salary because the man's doing it on the pitch. He's doing the business, right? Ozil's not doing it. You know, he's, in my opinion, he's never done it. Right, but we're going to get players who are outperforming Ozil, knocking on the manager's door, saying, "Well, hang on a minute, he's on that, and I'm doing a better job than him. I want that, and if I don't get that, I want bloody close to it." So, he's in the long run, it's going to hurt us as a club. Let's be real. He's got to go.
Yeah. And how about you? How about you, Claude?
I think at the moment, I think his time's up at Arsenal. I think his time is up, but it's very difficult. Who's gonna, especially in this climate?
Would you sell him to Tottenham though, Claude?
Spurs. I don't think Spurs are going to pay him 300 grand a week. Do you? I mean, at the moment, I think they're one of the clubs that could be in real trouble with this new stadium and no revenue going through at the moment. So I think that's a no go. I don't think that'll happen. Would I sell him? Listen, you know what worries me though? If he goes to Spurs and then he turns it on for them,
Exactly.
I'd rather him go somewhere else, to be honest with you, because I don't want him to come back and suddenly goes to Spurs and suddenly finds his form and then really rubs it into us. So no, I'd rather him go somewhere else, probably abroad. But I think Spurs would be a no-go anyway, because I can't see Spurs paying him 300 grand a week. That's for sure. And I don't think to be honest with you, I don't think they are looking in that position anyway. So,
well, I know Mourinho's a big admirer of Ozil, isn't he? He's a big.
Mourinho's a big admirer of his. Yeah, that's true, but it's not just about that. It's about money, about where he fits in there. If he fits in there, it's just too much money for a player that they really don't need at the moment. So, no, I can't see it happening.
Listen, sorry, Daniel, I'm going to read this out. Melina, I love this girl. Look how nice this is. Diesel, thank you for that. And is there any way to give a super chat to Daniel? I don't see the option here.
Unfortunately, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, I think it is, before.
Yeah, it's 1,000 subscribers.
So
that's how it works.
Yeah, we need to help push up Daniel's subscribers. So everyone, please subscribe.
That's why we need to get Daniel up to that. And I'm going to make every effort to help Daniel to get up to that 1,000. And the boys will help me as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we're going to combine and try and help Daniel get up, because what Daniel deserves to be at least on that mark, because he puts in a lot of work. He's on every day. I think you're on every day, aren't you, Daniel, at the moment?
Yeah, every day at 3:30, I come on for a stream.
Exactly. So you put yourself out there every day. So he deserves more than what he's getting at the moment. Let's keep pushing the like button. That will help. Keep pushing the like button. Everyone.
Keep pushing the like button and keep smashing the subscribe button.
And share the video. Keep like button, share the video, share it out. That way we can get Daniel up to. First target is 500, and then let's get him down to that 1,000, so then he can get the super chats going.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Daniel, what I don't understand on this, though, Daniel.
Yeah.
Diesel, are you able to put comments in here?
Yeah.
I can't put any comments in here.
No.
How do you do it, though? Because
he's doing it on YouTube on his phone.
Yeah, on my phone. Yeah, that's why. If you see me looking down, I'm not ignoring. I'm typing.
Right, no, because I just wondered, because I wondered how you able to put comments in there, and what's going on. You can't do it from here, can you?
No. We're doing three different things at once.
You were going to say something, Terry. Sorry, you were.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I just got a tweet from ESPN saying talks remain ongoing with Ozil, believed to be willing to take a higher pay cut than the 12.5% agreed by his teammates.
Right.
There you go.
I don't know how true that is.
I'm going to say, as you said, Claude, we don't know if it's true. Let's wait until.
Yeah.
There you go. So you don't know what's true, do you? One minute someone's saying he's not winning. The next minute someone is saying he's willing to go even further than 12. So you don't know what the truth behind all this. And that's why it's all speculation to me.
Claude, I've sent you a message in the chat room. Don't know if you can see it.
Who, to me?
Yeah.
What? No, yeah. All right.
Well,
Give you away.
So I'm going to
I do that to him every time.
Listen,
Daniel,
I've heard people say on this chat, on the chat, that this is shampoo in there. It's bloody cuppa soup. Look, cuppa soup.
Shampoo.
shampoo. Yeah.
Daniel, Chadwick Moffat just put a great point. He put, Terry, I heard you say. He said, I heard you say the players around him aren't good enough. Put Kevin De Bruyne in this team and the level will go way up, I promise. Definitely, mate. That's what I'm saying.
I would love Kevin De Bruyne at this. Do you know what? I would love Kevin De Bruyne if he came to Arsenal. Not that it's ever going to happen. Him and who's the other guy? Not from Man City. From PSG. Kylian Mbappe. Him and Kylian Mbappe are my two dream signings. They literally are. If we could get either one of them, mate, I'd be. Daniel, I wouldn't care about the lockdown. Do you know what I mean? I'd be buzzing if one of them happened.
We're arguing now about how much Ozil's on now. Bloody yeah, we won't get him back for less than.
We have to look into people like Ryan Fraser, I'm afraid. Never mind Kevin.
Exactly.
We need Champions League football. We need Do you know what that brings me nicely actually.
You watch free transfers and loan deals next season. That
brings me nicely onto the next topic actually, which is about the transfer window. And but before I get into that, please keep smashing the like button and subscribe. That's so important, you know, especially the like button, you know, really promotes the channel. It gets it out there. Before I get into the topic of the transfer window, I've just got a quick announcement, guys, as well. Thursday evening, 9 p.m. I've got troops coming on the channel, so please tune in for that one. I think Claude, you're going to try and come on as well and sort of monitor the chat.
He comes on your show, come on mine.
Yeah. Hello. Who's talking to you, Claude? Your light went off there. Your light went off there.
I don't know what. The light went for a minute, and then I haven't got no dodgy. That's all I need now, dodgy light.
So yeah, guys. So so tune in for that, and Claude's going to try and come on and sort of be the enforcer in the chat room. Not the voice of reason. He's going to be the enforcer. So the transfer window. Let's talk a little bit about that. I'm going to come to you first, Claude. And I know you've touched upon it briefly already. How do you see that going? What business can you expect from Arsenal?
The business I can expect from Arsenal, I think it'll be. I think we'll be going Lidl's, not Harrods. I'm afraid.
Did you see?
I can't see any big big player. I think it'll be what it will be. It'll be. I think someone like Ryan Fraser on a free will probably be the one. Although I'd rather have Frankie Fraser, to be honest with you.
But see, there's a lot of good players out there.
Also, I think we've got Saliba coming in, haven't we? So that's coming in. That's a good addition. We'll see how that could be a bit of a gamble because I would keep. To be honest with you, I would keep David Luiz for his experience alongside Saliba, so he can, because he's very young, needs someone experienced, and I think it'll be good for one season to keep Luiz there with him. What can I see? I'd love to see a good Thomas Partey, but if that happens, I think it'll have to be an exchange deal. So there's no real money changing hands. So Lacazette goes to something like to Atletico because Atletico wanted him a couple of years back, didn't they? But they couldn't get him because of the transfer ban, didn't it? So he was all set to go there. I think he wanted to go there. And also, I think that would be a good deal for us. I can't see anything else happening, really, because I don't think the money's there. There's no money there, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Remember, we've got some good young players as well coming back. We've got Smith Rose coming back. He'll give us a bit. We've got some good players. We've got Martinelli there. We've got Saka's improving every game. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but we do need one or two more to get in. But
that could benefit. That could benefit us, though, Claude.
I can't see an Upper Meccano coming.
Claude, that could benefit us because with the financial struggle that clubs are going to have at the moment, players could be going on the cheap, and that seems to be. I've seen a lot of reports going around that players that are sort of worth 100 million could be going for half that price. You know, so I mean, it could play into our hands. Listen, we know Arsenal like to do things on the cheap.
I'm not even sure we've got even 50 million to spend, to be honest with it, with what's going on at the moment. So it's going to affect every club. I think it's going to affect every club with money-wise. I mean, the only ones I think maybe even Man City, I think, will be affected by it. So,
well, they're affected anyway.
Struggle along what we got.
They're affected anyway because of their possible ban, aren't they? Diesel, how do you feel on the situation?
Well, it's funny Claude said Lidl's because I was going to say more pan stretcher, to be honest, mate. I think it's more B&M own bargains. No, you know what it is, right? My personal opinion, I reckon this is the what's happening now with this COVID-19, this pandemic, is the perfect excuse for the Cronkies to tell Arteta we've got extremely limited funds. There's hardly any money there, and Arteta can't really kick up a stink because obviously I reckon they're going to use this pandemic as the reason why. Therefore, they save more money. I think it'd be free transfers at best. To be totally honest, Daniel, I'm more interested in clearing the decks. I'm more interested in who we're going to sell. You know, we've got a lot of players that we need to get rid of. And if that means Arteta's got to raise funds that way, then, you know, Claude said that we need another one or two. In my opinion, we need another 6 or 7. I just don't rate a lot of these players. The young players we've got are good, but for where we want to go, there's going to be they can't be expected to perform next season. We need some bangers. And I would start buying in the Premier League. I can name you players now at certain less desirable, fashionable clubs who have got good players, Premier League proven, and I want hard workers.
Diesel,
especially
we're not going to get Robbie Diesel. What's the matter with you?
I would agree. Diesel, I would agree with you. I think 5 or 6, even 7 need to be shifted out the door. But who's going to buy these players? We've got no money about. Who's going to get rid? We're stuck. So we've got.
Well, you say that Roma wants the Qatarian, right? And we're haggling for an extra 6.5 million. Just get rid of him.
Well, I seen a report that Arteta wants to clear out 9 players from this team.
Well, good luck with that.
Whether that's true or not. Terry, where do you stand on this? What do you think that will happen?
First and foremost, I don't think anyone should be even talking about transfers in the situation that we're in with, you know, clubs in financial difficulty. They are struggling to pay their own staff at the clubs and things like that. First and foremost, for me, we should make sure that the club is financially stable, make sure that all the staff are paid, and then we can move on once we get the football season back together. But if we're talking about the transfer window, then obviously I agree with Melina, what she put, really. I would change one player, what she put. She put we should get rid of Xhaka, Mustafa. I would change Ozil. I'd keep Ozil myself and put Lacazette in there. He's done nothing, Lacazette, since he's been here.
Come on.
Lacazette, David Luiz.
What's Ozil done, Till? Come on, can you say?
I'll come back to Ozil, son. David Luiz, El Nini, Mkhitaryan, Kosniak, and Olding. She's got in there. We you know, that's what? That's 1, 2, 3 with Lacazette, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 players there.
Yeah, but
that's 8 players.
Terry, good luck and get rid of them because who's going to buy these players? Lacazette you can get on a swap deal, but who's going to come in and buy Mustafi? Who's going to come in and buy Xhaka?
Well, you're going Lidl, Claude. Diesel's going Poundland. I'm having a closing down sale. With these players, I've got to close down because I ain't going to get rid of them. I'm going to have to give them away, like you're saying. There's a couple of players.
I'm the same as you. I'd scrap the lot and start all over again, even if it takes us 5 years.
Do you know what, right? You say that, Claude, right? Don't forget that German club wanted to buy Xhaka, and Arteta convinced him to stay, right? But stuff it, there are worse players than this lot who have no trouble finding clubs, right? So we can sell these players. The issue is their salaries. That's the issue, right? So
that's what I'm saying. It's not the price; it's the salaries they're on. That's what I'm saying. The salaries they're on.
Yeah, the salaries. The salaries
with
are
the way
ridiculous.
we are at the moment. You know, this is where these owners. And I'm blaming Abramovich. He started all this crap. The wages that they give these footballers to entice them to their football club, and they build it up, and now it's gone to a level. The balloon is now going to start to burst because it had to burst one day, and it took something like this.
See, I don't blame the Cronkies for the high wages. I blame Gazidis for the high wages. I blame Gazidis for putting us in the mess that he's put us in, because he's the one ultimately that signs off on those players, and most of the players that are on high wages are from his era at Arsenal. I wholeheartedly blame him. You know, a lot of people would blame the Cronkies, but see, for me, the Cronkies ain't going to do stuff like that, are they? They're not going to be in charge of those deals, you know. So I do.
No footballer. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No. I was going to say what happens is, and I can see what's happened here is that, listen, the Cronkies know next to nothing about football. It's you know, that's probably the worst kept secret. And I think what's happened is Gazidis has gone to him and say, listen, Wenger wants this player. This is when Wenger was in charge. I think he's gone to them and said, this player is good. This is what Wenger wants. And the Cronkies have just gone, yeah, okay, yeah, go on, sign him up. Do whatever it takes at all costs to get this player, with no thought to how good the player is or what the player is market value at. I think they've just gone and thrown money at rubbish, and it's clear to see that that's what's happened.
I mean, you know, you got to think, right? As much as the Arsenal fans moan about, you know, there's always a lack of investment, right? And you know, we've hardly had any money to spend, right? You got to remember, Arsenal pay their players very, very well. I mean, if you look at El Neni, for example, El Neni's on about 50 grand a week. You know, Carl Jenkinson was on 40. Do you know what I mean? He rarely played. You know, average players, less than average players, are on extremely, you know, good money, which is, you know, it's no wonder they don't want to leave the club. Jenkinson, look how long it took him. He was part of that, you know, that British core, right? You know, the British core. Jenkinson was the last one to leave. He was the worst out of all of them. Yeah. You know, we've made him a multi-millionaire. Yeah. And he's average. He's not even average. He's poor. Nothing against him, but he was poor. And he was here for God knows how many years. It's disgusting. You know, mismanagement.
For me, I'll tell you what, this could either play in our hands or play against us. Because obviously there's going to be clubs out there that are going to be struggling as soon as we get back to football and going to need money. So there are some bargains out there that can be had. And if we get out there quick, I think we could do that. But you know what Arsenal's like. We'll wait right to the end with a couple of days left to go in the transfer window. And then these clubs will have the upper hand because we're going to need players. And that's when they'll be able to demand what they want.
See, I may be a little bit too optimistic, but I'm of the opinion that Arteta's come from Man City, right? And he knows what it takes to win. Listen, he's been alongside Guardiola, and I think when he was appointed Arsenal manager, I put money on it that his first discussion would be, what can I do in the transfer window? And I don't think he would have took the job unless Arsenal gave him some reassurances. Yeah, you're going to be able to strengthen the squad. You know, give him some serious cash to strengthen the squad. I don't think he would have took the job, because Arteta seems quite intelligent. You know, when you hear his press conferences and when you hear him speak, he seems quite intelligent. So I don't think he would have took the job if Arsenal had not guaranteed him certain security when it comes to transfer business.
At the same time, though, Daniel, I can't imagine Arteta saying to the Cronkies, listen, I want transfer funds in the summer. I don't care if we have a pandemic. I want funds, right? that goes back to what I was saying. You know, that's why I think they will use this pandemic as a way of getting out of it. You know, giving him literally limited funds, because I agree with you. You know, don't forget they wanted Arteta before, right? So the second time now, Arteta's probably come, and any one of us, you know, with half a brain would have said, right, I need funds. I know this team isn't good enough. I'll do what I can this season, but in the summer, I want a complete revamp, right? And I've said it, you know, Terry will back me up. I've said it many times. If you give Arteta a blank canvas, I reckon he could do some, you know, right good stuff at this club. Yeah. But he's got to shift. He's got a lot of shifting to do, because there's a lot of deadwood at this club, and he needs to rip it up, and he needs to start from scratch, in my opinion.
Melina asked a good question just a minute ago. She said, how long do you think it'd take us to get back in the Champions League? For me, Melina, as everyone knows, Diesel and Claude will back me up with this. I've been saying that I wanted Arteta as our manager since the start of this season. I wanted Kroenke out, and I wanted Arteta as our manager over Mourinho, over anyone else that everybody else wanted. I do think that with the funds and with his knowledge of players, Arteta, if he's given the power to do that, will get us back in there. I would have said next season, but I think it might be the season after now with what's going on.
Yeah, do you know what I said yesterday on my stream that I said it will take us 2 years to get back into the Champions League, 3 years to possibly maybe even be challenging, and then 5 years to actually win a title. Because I think if we're not challenging in 3 years, bearing in mind that when we do get Champions League football, we're going to have more money, we're going to have the attraction of European football. And if we're not challenging by 3 to 4 years, then I think there's something majorly wrong. And then if we're not winning a title by 5 or 6 years, that's it. You know, I think that we're going to end up back to square one.
See, for me, this saying, it really winds me up, right? This saying is that when we get back in the Champions League, we'll have more money to spend and all that. We was in the Champions League for 20 years on consecutive years. We're the only team to do that, I think. We was there for 20 years. Yeah. Why didn't we spend any money over them 20 years on being the best team in the world? All this rubbish about if we get in the Champions League, we'll have money to spend. It's just rubbish.
I can answer that, Terry, for the simple fact being Wenger didn't want to spend massive amounts of money. He was always of the opinion that you could buy quality without spending the big money. And it was only really when we signed, you think when Ozil come into this club, £40 million was a lot of money back then in the transfer window. And he was reluctant. He wanted to buy players and develop players. He was still trying to do the same model that he implemented when he first come into the club, not realizing that football had changed, football had evolved, and I genuinely believe that was part of the problem. I believe if we're in the Champions League now, and with this current model, I think we'd spend a lot more money, not massive amounts of money. Not competing with the Man Cities and the Chelseas, and possibly in the future the Newcastles, because they've been taken over, haven't they? So, but I think we'd be spending a lot more money. And let's not forget, last season we did spend 72 million on Pepe. So I do see progress to a point that we're starting to spend more money. And also part of the problem under Wenger is that he didn't want to work with these super agents that attracted the big play, that helped get these big players over the line to clubs. He refused point blank to work with these super agents. And now it seems like this current model at Arsenal, the hierarchy, they seem to want to work with these super agents.
Yeah, I totally agree. Do you know what, right? Playing devil's advocate a little bit, right? Would you? I mean, I don't think I'd go as far as to saying we've had no money, because let's be fair, lads, we have spent money, right? We've not spent it well. And one person who I genuinely thought was a really good acquisition was Sven Mislintat, right? And I don't think any of us are any closer to knowing what really went on and why he went, you know. But I mean, he came with a right good reputation. And for a club like us who don't spend the millions and millions like, you know, like the Man Uniteds or the Man Cities, you know, I honestly thought, reading up on him and hearing a lot about him, he would have been ideal for us. You know, from what I can remember, whether it was a power battle between him and Raul, who, by the way, let's be honest, we haven't even mentioned him because he's not impressed me at all. So he shouldn't escape any criticism, because he's come out and said certain things and he's not, you know, lived up to it. I think next year we've got 6 players who have got less than a year left on their contract. He was the one who said, you know, was it 18 months left? We're going to sign them up. If they don't sign, we're going to sell them. You know, he's not lived up to it. Case in point, Aubameyang, our biggest asset. And he's just been left. It's just that we haven't learned. We don't learn as a club. So this is why I always say we are a big club, but, you know, we don't move like a big club. We don't operate like a big club, because we make the same mistake time and time again. And, you know, it's getting annoying.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess it's just a case of waiting to see, isn't it? I guess that's all we can do is wait to see. But I like the signs that are coming out, you know, in the report.
I don't specifically blame Stan Kroenke on his own here, because I think it's the recruitment is doing more damage for me than Kroenke, because the recruit, what it is, Kroenke's giving him the money to go out. If the recruitment go out and spend it on crap like Gazidis did, and also with this new agent as well, this new guy we got in charge who's using certain agents for his own benefit, which troubles me in a lot of ways. There's problems, because at the end of the day, so you can go, as I said, I can go to my when I was a kid, I could go to my father and say, "Can I have 100 quid, Dad?" And then I spend it on rubbish. I can't blame my father for spending it on the rubbish, can I? No, hold on. Yeah, but this is the problem. This is now you can all laugh.
No, you're right, though.
But this is the problem we've got. If Gazidis gave Kroenke gave Gazidis 35 million, and he went to spend it on Granit Xhaka rather than spending 33 million on Kante, who's at fault here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's why
Not Kroenke's fault. He gave him the money. He gave him the money, but he went and spent it on the wrong players.
Yeah.
Exactly. But in saying that, right, if I ask you guys right now, and you know, all the guys in the chat room, who's buying the players at Arsenal? Can you honestly, hand on heart, tell me who it is? I don't know. Is it really Arteta?
No, we've got this director of football, or whatever you call them now. People like what they call him, Don Raul, or whatever they want to call him, and
is he Edu?
VJ or whatever his name, I can't pronounce his surname. Yeah, doing the transfers. Yeah. We don't know what they're up to. They're using agents, right? And they're using certain agents, and they're getting the agents are giving them players that they want to get clubs. Yeah, we don't know the quality of these players, so it's a dodgy situation. See, we don't know full well how this system works, and it's all very well blaming the owner. As I said, the owner. You go to the owner, what you call it goes. The owner doesn't know nothing about football. Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
Stan Kroenke is in the football club as an investment. He ain't got a clue about the football club. He don't understand the tradition, the history of the football club. Nothing. All he's there is an investment. Yeah, to make an investment on his money. But that's down to the people that sold him the shares in the first place. Because these people that sold him the shares are the ones that sold our football club down. Well, let's put it this way: they sold their soul by doing it. Because Nina Bracewell-Smith sold her shares to him.
Yep.
She didn't need to do that. All right? She didn't need to do that. She wasn't forced. She wasn't held at gunpoint. She done that. Yeah? Now, he got control of the club. And once he got 100% control of the club, there's nothing you can do about it. But what you can't fault him, if he gives the money out to these people, it's like, if Raul goes up to him, I want 70 million pounds. Yeah, here's 70 million pounds. And he doesn't spend it on the centre half and he buys Pepe. When, by the way, I like Pepe, by the way, but we needed players in a different position at the time. But he goes and buys Pepe. It's not the owner's fault, is it? Because he's giving them the money. Do you see where I'm coming from? So
yeah.
Too much. The Arsenal vlogs, he's going about cronky.
Yeah.
How about blaming Gazidis and this other guy that's in charge of the recruitment now? How about giving them responsibility rather than keep going on about the owner?
No, you're right. Listen, Claude, don't worry.
Yeah.
Arteta's our new manager. They've got a new person with a new black book here. All right? When I open it up, it's got lovely notes and names in here. Look, treasured note. And when I come knocking, people will know about it, son. Don't worry.
It's a different knock, can it tell, eh? Go on, son. Yeah.
I actually like the players that we've been linked with. Like, I do think there's some traction in this Partey Lacazette deal. I think that is one that could get over the line. The fact that it's being reported so heavily and that we seem to be the only club to register serious interest. So I do like the fact that the names we're being linked with are decent names. It's just whether we can get them over the line, which is obviously the question.
Yeah.
And by the way, Omar, let's not get mixed up with the board and the owner. The owner is not really on the board. The board are the ones that make the decision, not the owner on players. So let's not get that mixed up. The owner gives the money, and it's the board that decides where the money goes.
Yeah.
And it's with recruitment and everything else to do with it. At the end,
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, all the Cronky is worried about, and he said it, and he worked, and this is what gets me, right, because he came in with the intention. He came in with the intention, and he blurted out his intentions when he was going to buy the club. His intentions were to make an investment on his money. That's where his intentions. He actually said, I don't care about trophies. I remember when he actually bought the club.
That, yeah.
So these people have sold the shares to him. These people have sold the shares. Hang your head in shame. Hang your head in shame. Because and then I remember
that was David Dean.
He's not doing
shares to
he's another one.
David Dean sold us out. David Dean sold us out when he sold the club.
Everyone giving praise to David Dean as well. And remember, David Dean is the one that actually brought this guy into suggested this guy to the board, right? And then Hillwood said, no, we don't want anyone like him on. Yet they still actually sold out to him. So
that's right.
Be very careful. I mean, people need to be careful how they look at this situation.
Can I just quickly give a shout out to Omar? I hope you're well, mate. We ain't seen you for a couple of days, so I hope you're good, mate, and I hope your auntie's well.
Yes, I hope you're good, Omar. Listen, a regular on my channel. Omar's a regular on everybody's channel. So listen, big up, Omar. Thanks for tuning in. What are people saying in the chat, guys, about this? What are people?
Right, I'll go through a few of them. Let's have a look. We'll take the nasty ones out. They're gone, aren't they? They're gone now anyway.
While Claude's looking for that, do smash the subscribe button and the like button. That is really important, guys. So I know everybody in the chat.
Arsenal vlog says party for Lacazette. We've touched on that.
Yeah.
How about Leah says, how about blame the players? Yeah, she's got a point. The players are not held their high.
We've got 21 people and only 7 likes. Come on, hit the like button and the share button. Let's go.
Yeah, come on, everybody in the chat, like this video.
Leah says also, if we can keep getting gems like Martinelli, we'll have a good future. She's coming with Flynn Downs from Ipswich Town. I've not heard about him. Flynn Downs. I'm not big. I don't watch the Championship much, but if he's I mean, sometimes you can get a decent player in the Championship. You know, you shouldn't knock it. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look after. Roughly what we've been talking about. A lot of them are coming. Grant doesn't agree with Grant. McRobert says Arteta is not good enough. Guy begged Xhaka to stay and said Mustafi has a future. The right man is currently at Wolves. I think our friend Terry there will not agree with you.
See, I think Arteta. I think Arteta is the right man. I think he's just trying to make the best with what he's got at the moment. I don't think it's I think he knows deep down that these players aren't good enough. I think he's at the moment he hasn't got nothing else to work with, has he? So he's just got to make the best.
Leah in the chat says Leicester, Wolves, Sheffield United, Man United, and Chelsea are all better than us at the moment.
Yeah,
can't argue with that at the moment.
Leah's right. Sorry, she said that there's 22 likes at the moment. Sorry, mine didn't update. There is 22 watching, 22 likes. Thank you everyone for doing that.
Chadwick's having a bit of a joke here. I think Chadwick Moffat said he's having a bit of a joke. He said, "Would you go for a guy like Sebastian Scalacci?"
Chadwick's a joke.
That's who we will probably end up with, Claude. To be fair,
that man gave me more nightmares than Halloween 2. So I wouldn't say that. Let's have a look. Nothing much more. Well, generally, people asking how you are, Daniel, as well. A lot of people asking
I'm
how
good.
you are, how you doing.
I'm good. Listen, I'm very well, thank you. So let's before.
It looks like Terry and Omar might be having their first argument. Omar's put, I have said for some time that I can't see Arteta being a success at the Emirates, and I stand by it. You have the floor.
Omar, what can I say to that, mate? Listen, Arteta will be a great success at this club. I'm telling you, he's young, he's enthusiastic. He was the one that made Man City tick. Don't let this persona of Pep Guardiola blinden you, mate. If you go and watch their thing on Amazon, I think it is, or Netflix.
Yeah, on Amazon, it's the documentary on Man City, wasn't it? Yeah, I watched that. I mean,
Arteta was one of the biggest people in the dressing room. If you look at what Sterling used to put, without Arteta, he wouldn't be the player he is now. So hopefully he can do that to all these young players under Arteta, and we move forward.
Leah sent you another nice message, and she said, "Big up Daniel and all the blind fans." She said, "Big up Daniel." So
thank you very much.
She knows how difficult it is to operate these sort of things, but you're doing great, Daniel. And we'll, with our help, I'm sure we can get you going, mate. Yeah.
Cheers.
But that's generally the chat there. Most of them all. Loving your channel.
So before I wrap this up, guys, because we've been going for over an hour now, I just want to finish off with where you guys think we will finish this season, and I'm going to start with you, Claude.
Will we ever get this season started again? Looking at our running, I wouldn't be surprised. It's not an easy running at the moment. Probably where we are at the moment, I think. To be honest with you, unless you okay there, Daniel? You okay?
Yeah. Sorry, my computer was dying, so I had to plug it in. Sorry about that, guy. My computer was just flashing up low battery, so I was just plugging it in.
Good. Good man. Don't worry on that. I think about ninth. I think the running is very difficult, but yeah, the two games that stand out for me are the ones like Liverpool and Man City, the ones that could go either way with us, because Man City might have just given it all up, and Liverpool might be on the after winning the title, be on the beach. So, but I'm not sure whether this season will ever get going again. I think to be honest with you, I think we're gonna have a decision very soon to say it's going to be voided. I hate to say it, because I would love to see Liverpool be able to complete the job that they've done. They deserve it. And it would be a tragic for them. But I just can't see it happen. I can't see this season getting back on again. I'm hearing we could all be still here in June on this lockdown. So how's this season going to get back on? I don't know. I don't know what the rest of the boys think.
Yeah, what do you think, Diesel? Let's go to you next.
I don't know. I think if the season does start up again, I think we're currently ninth. And if I'm totally honest, I think that's where we'll end up. If you look at, I think Sheffield United, I honestly think they will continue that form. And you've got Wolves as well. They're just going to keep going. My honest opinion, I think Wolves have got a better squad than us. There's a lot more players I'd have in our team from their team than what I think they take from ours. You've got Leicester there. They're obviously a shoe-in. Man City, Chelsea. Yeah, I would say ninth, basically. I reckon ninth. We just can't put a run together. We might win a game, then we'll draw the next two, maybe lose one, then we win one. Arsenal aren't, for me, capable at the moment of putting together a 4, 5, 6 winning game run. And for that reason, I think we'll end up ninth.
Yeah. And how about you, Terry?
I think we will get the season finished. I think the season will get finished no matter if it goes into September, October. I think there's just too many obstacles in the way for it to be voided. There's just too many legal battles, too many sponsorship deals, too many other stuff in the background. Let's everyone go and report that Billy mad. You block him, and then these people just got all the time in the world just to go and open up another one.
Kids, mate, kids. Diesel, you're bald. I didn't know that. Cheers, Billy. Cheers, son. Nice one.
Surely you could go and play with your cock instead, mate. Come on, fucking hell. Mate.
Mate, he probably
Go and get a woman, mate. Go and get
he probably doesn't get let out of his mum's basement. Do you know what I mean? So
that's about the fourth one that he's opened up. Surely, come on. Surely you got better things to do. You know what I mean? Come on. But as I said,
who's this?
Billy mad now. He used to be Billy balls, Billy fucking no balls, Billy I ain't got a fucking cock. You know what I mean? I just don't understand these people, why they want to just make up all these fucking things all the time. You make yourself look a knob, no one else. Sorry, Daniel. Sorry about that.
No worries. Listen.
This guy I've known, he came in last time and attacked
Melina
girls on here. That Billy son.
Yeah.
Something else. I remember.
So everyone,
I blocked him on my channel.
Yeah.
Just everyone report him, and then after the show we'll get Daniel's moderator sorted out, and then next time none of this will happen. We're sorry.
Listen, I'm going to make this clear as well. Enjoy your moment, everybody who's putting nasty shit in the chat. Enjoy your moment, because it's going to be the last time you do it on this channel. So enjoy your moment and appreciate it, because it's not going to happen anymore.
Come on, Danny. Go on,
Well done, Daniel. Like I said, I think the season will be finished. There's just too many obstacles in the way, sponsorship deals, and too many legal battles with relegation and who's going to finish in what place and all that. So for me, I think they need to get the season finished, even if it means cutting the season next season in half and just playing 20 games. I know you'd have to sort out how many games you'd play home and away and how you'd do it, but for me, that's how I think moving forward we've got to do it. Where I think we're finished, I'm just going to be optimistic because otherwise we might as well just finish the league now where we are. So I'm hoping that, you know what I mean, it could be like a fresh start for us, like a fresh season. Come back and why not go for 5th place? Why not go for it? We've got everyone will have their players back. We should be able to put out our strongest side. You'd have Tierney on the left. I'd play Maitland-Niles on the right. You'd have obviously possibly Olding and all that back. You have Socrates or David Luiz in as your centre backs. You have Ceballos, Torreira. He'll be back now. And then you've got people like Martin Lee, Aubameyang. You know what I mean? Got Pepe. I mean, we've got players there.
Terry, stop it. I haven't heard that for time.
You know what? I'm loving your optimism, Terry, because I too think that it could be a bit of a fresh start. You know, it could. I actually don't think we'll get top 4, but I think probably getting top 5 wouldn't be out beyond our reach. When you look at the Premier League table and the way it is, we just need to capitalize on some results and maybe because we don't know how the other teams are going to perform when they come back. You know, listen, there's been probably when it returns, there'll have been like a 3-4 month break. So I just think we have to be positive as well, because if we're not positive, then there's no point, is there? Do you know what I mean? If we're going to go into it going, oh, we're going to get smashed and we're going to end up 9th, then there's not much point in watching football, is there? We have to be positive. Okay, yes, you know, we have to be realistic as well, but I think part of our problem over the last couple of years is, okay, yes, we've had rubbish players, but I also think the fans haven't been behind the team as what they could be. And I think if we all get behind the team, you know, have a massive push towards the end of the season, I think we could finish in 5th place. I really do.
Yeah.
You know what, Dan, you're right. You say that. My only sort of caveat to that is when you say about fans not getting behind the team, I'd like to see players getting behind the manager. Yeah, you know, because these players, right, they down tools, and when we see that, it makes me think, why should we get behind you? Because you're, do you know what I mean? You can't.
I agree.
It's that player power. I just can't get on board with it, if I'm honest.
Listen, I agree, Diesel. Listen, I also will add something to this as well. I still think that these players, Arteta's not going to let them not pull their weight.
Yeah.
Like when the one thing that the one thing that I took from his very first press conference as Arsenal manager was that he said, if these players aren't on board and don't accept the project for what it is, then they're not good for Arsenal and they're not good for the situation. And I genuinely believe he will stick to that. If there's players out there that are not performing, they're going to be gone. And you have to look the fact that he's took, you know, we've had Pepe as our £72 million signing, and Arteta's not been afraid to drop him. You know, he's pulled him from the squad. He's not afraid to ruffle a few feathers.
Who's that? Who's he dropped? Sorry?
Pepe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's not afraid to drop big names and big money players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been a great stream. We've had some great discussions. Just quickly to everybody, thanks to everybody who's all the good people in the chat who have contributed. Do stick a like and subscribe on this video. I'd really appreciate that. Guys, listen, thanks for coming on. Claude, Diesel, Terry, thanks for coming on. It's been a great discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Daniel.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Anytime, guys, you know. And guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow at 3:30 again with my stream. And then don't forget, Thursday night at 9 p.m, I've got troops coming on, so that should be a bit of a mad one. Be sure to tune into that. Until tomorrow, I'm going to catch you all later. Take care, guys.
Thanks,
guys.
Claude, I'm going to leave it to you to do your customary outro.
Oh,
Oh.
it's time to go.